Hi there, folks, and welcome to the Word Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 248. So, we've got a wee health and wellbeing story to start us off. So, it turns out 30 minutes of exercise a day may not benefit everyone, and it's actually advised that you do 3 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise, for example, running, or 12 minutes of light physical activity, for example, walking, for each hour of the day you spend sitting. So, for a person that works a typical working day, 9 to 5, sitting at their desk, how long do they need to spend doing moderate to vigorous exercise and light physical activity? Well, first things first, we can work out the number of hours spent working. So 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We could do 1700 hours, take away 900 hours, 900 hours, and that, of course, is going to be an 8-hour working day. So it's going to be for part A, 8 lots of 3 minutes, which is 24 minutes of running. And I don't know if there's any runners out there, but I find 24 minutes quite difficult myself. And for light physical activity, I think this is the interesting one. So it's going to be 8 lots of 12 minutes, and that's of course going to come to 96 minutes, which, to put things into perspective, is like 1 hour and 36 minutes of walking, which is an awful lot of time that we would have to spend to do that. But that's what's recommended in order to reduce the odds of an early death by 30%. Sorry to be so morbid there, folks. Okay, so onto a science story. So Albert Einstein, the handwritten letter with the world famous E equals mc squared equation, has been sold at auction for $1.2 million. So how much was it expected to sell for? Because of course this was 3 times the amount it was expected to sell for. So if this is 3 times the amount it was expected to, then we need to divide that amount by 3 to find out how much it was expected to sell for. It would help, I think, to write 1.2 million out as 1,200,000. Anyway, that's going to come to $400,000, which is still an awful lot. It's thought that there's only 3 handwritten letters as such available in the world, which probably explains why it's worth so much money. Anyway, speed of light, which is the c in the equation, is 750 times the amount it was expected to sell for. So what is the speed of light in meters per second? Well, we multiply them together to get 300 million meters per second, although sometimes commonly referred to in scientific notation as 3 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. But of course that's me delving into a wee 4th level maths concept there. Okay, on to Eurovision time. So Spain scored the 7th of Serbia's total. How many points did Spain score? So we need to read Serbia's total, which is of course 102. And to find the 17th of this, we divide by 17. So Spain's missing entry there is 6 points. So already it's not really looking good for the United Kingdom. So Germany was a 19th of Albania's total. So Albania was 57 points. To get a 19th of that, we divide by 19, split into 19 equal parts. So that's 3 points. And as we say, it's not looking good for the UK. But to work out the UK, we can take off all of these totals away from Italy's. But probably the most efficient way is to add up Sweden, Serbia, Cyprus, Israel, Azerbaijan and San Marino in the Netherlands. So Sweden is 109, Serbia is 102, Cyprus is 94, Israel is 93, Azerbaijan 65, San Marino is 50, and the Netherlands is 11. So that all comes to 524. And of course, if we take that off of Italy's total, which is 524, it means that United Kingdom scored a grand total of 0 points. Oh dear. Maybe they should get. Maybe they should just give up there, actually. That's all we could say about that and not enter next year. But who knows? So, on to our business story. So we've got a rare £2 coin due to a design error being worth £1,000. So that gives us a wee opportunity to explore some properties of circles. So what is the diameter of a £2 coin? A diameter, of course, is a chord that goes from one side of the circle to the other but passes through the centre. So we've got some different measurements here. We notice that we've got a mixture of millimetres and centimetres, but basically the diameter consists of this bit here, which we can see is 4 millimetres. Then this bit here, and this bit here is the radius of the kind of grey circle on the inside, which is the same all the way around. So that's going to be 1 centimetre. But for the purposes of this, 1 centimetre is 10 millimetres, so we'll use the 10 so that the units are all compatible. And then from the middle to the edge, it's another radius of the grey circle, so that'll be another 10. And then from here to here, it's another 4, because that's the width of the gold bit. So altogether, the diameter of the £2 coin is 28 millimetres, or 2.8 centimetres if you gave it in centimetres. Now, trickier for the circumference of a £2 coin. The circumference is, of course, the length around the outside of it, in other words, the perimeter. And it can actually be calculated by using this rather fascinating mathematical fact of how many times a diameter fits around the outside of a circle. So if that diameter was a bit of string, how many times would it fit around the outside of a circle? Well, I hope that we can see that it would fit approximately 3 times round the circle. And here's the interesting part. No matter how big your circle is, the diameter will fit round pi times. Pi is a mathematical constant, approximately equal to 3. It's 3.1415926 ... It's an infinitely occurring decimal number. So in order to calculate the circumference of a circle, we do the circumference is pi, this approximation for 3, times the diameter. So to get the circumference, in this case we're going to do pi, and I'll just use 3.14 as an approximation, times the diameter, which we said was 28, and that comes to 87.92. And because it's a perimeter, the circumference is a length, our units would also be millimetres. Or of course we could have said 8.792 centimetres. Anyway, there you have it, folks, our word solutions for this week. We hope you enjoyed solving these problems. Stay tuned for next week's edition, when we're going to be looking at more stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.